Is price the only thing I care about when selling my house? Hey everyone, it's Beth Sager, and I'm here to tell you that price is just one factor in an offer scenario. So the first page of your offer talks about pricing, that's great, and dates of that. But the second page is a crucial page. There is a mortgage contingency, there's a home inspection contingency, there's a lead paint contingency, which we don't really do here in Massachusetts, so to speak, radon contingency. So when you're looking at a multiple bid situation, I mean, if you only have one bid, there's really nothing you can do. You take what you have and you try and work the best, and then it becomes about price. But if you have more than one bid, there are definitely other factors. I had a scenario a few weeks ago. We had 12 bids, which is extraordinary for this market right now, I would say. 5 of them did not have a home inspection. So to me, those were the only 5 offers I felt my client should even be looking at, because home inspections, they're a delay. They're a delay to getting to purchase and sale, which is not, you, as a seller, you want to get to purchase and sale so the money's locked in. They're a delay, but they can be costly. And the buyers have all the power. So if the buyers have a home inspection and they decide they don't want the house, well, then you're back on market. And, you know, who knows if the other offers are still there, or if everyone moved on. So home inspections can be dangerous. I've had several lately where they've asked for an extraordinary amount of money and we've had to negotiate that. So home inspections, if you can get away with not having them, and there's a ways around it for a buyer can have a pre-inspect where they have a home inspection before they even put in the offer. So they're comfortable with it, and which, you know, I understand for some people, a home inspection is really, really important. So that's one way to have your offer accepted while still getting your home inspection. And then there's the mortgage contingency. So mortgage contingencies basically say, hey, Mr. Seller, if I don't have a mortgage contingency, it says, hey, Mr. Seller, I'm going to show up at closing. Don't worry. You have all your money. If you have a mortgage contingency, basically it's saying, hey, Mr. Seller, my bank has 3.5 weeks roughly to look at all my financials, which they've already looked at. So that's pretty good. Get an appraisal on the house. So that's where you could run into issues and determine whether or not I can get this mortgage. If I can't get the mortgage, then I get out of the deal. And that's unfortunate because this mortgage contingency date is usually a week before closing. So we've been on the market for 4 weeks and then we get the bad news that for some reason. And typically it's an appraisal issue if we're going to have one. Now, most houses around here, we don't have an appraisal issue. And I can tell from the price of the house whether I feel like we're going to have an appraisal issue or not. I had one house in Bedford, and I really don't know what the buyer's agent was thinking, but the house was worth, I mean, I think we had it on the market for like $850. At best, it was worth $900. And they put in an offer of like $990. And I told my sellers right up front, this is never going to appraise. Like, they're going to come back to us in 3 weeks and they're going to give us a different number. And it didn't appraise. And actually it appraised higher than I would have imagined. I think that the appraiser really was trying to get to the $990 number, ended up getting to $960. So at that point, the buyer comes back and basically says, you know, we need to renegotiate, right? Like, I can't buy your house unless, you know, we can either, you know, and there's the options, right? You can split it up. You can, you know, give them a number. There's options that you can do, but no one really wants to get into that scenario. I mean, when you're selling your house, you've already moved on, you know, like, it's not a fun thing to try and do at the very end. It's kind of, you know, not great. So in a multiple offer situation, if you don't have a mortgage contingency, that's great too. Now, it doesn't mean you're not getting a mortgage, because a lot of people will take out their mortgage contingency, but they're still getting a mortgage, but they're basically saying, we'll assume all risk. And as a seller, that's what you want. So when you're looking, and I would say that there is, you know, prices that you can put on this, like from a sense home inspection. If I had 2 offers and one was 1.5 and one was 1.45, but 145 didn't have a home inspection and 1.5 did, I would say, okay, it's worth the risk to go for the 1.5. That's $50,000. What could possibly be wrong from the house's standpoint? Like, we've already vetted everything. We put everything in the seller's disclosure. But if you had like 1.485 and 1.5 and you didn't have a home inspection, I would say leave that $15,000 on the table and go for the sure thing. It's a much better bet for the seller. So that's why there's lots of other things to look at besides price when it comes to picking the best comprehensive offer from a seller standpoint.